Hi, today we are doing stories that are full of fantasy and adventure, like Robin Hood, stealing from the rich to feed the poor, or dragons and knights, or wild wolves, magicians, those kind of things. And I have a story to tell about a terrible dragon. What do you think makes a dragon terrible? Let's find out in this story by Kelly DiPuccio with pictures by Greg Pizzoli. Dragon was terrible. Naturally, dragons have a bit of terrible in them because they're dragons after all. But this dragon here, super terrible. He stomped on flowers. He played tricks on the guards. And he spit on cupcakes. Who does that? Dragon. That's who. That's not all. He scribbled in books. He threw sand. And he took candy from baby unicorns. Honestly, that's terrible. The king had had enough. Enough, he said, and he posted this sign. Brave knights, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift. It shall be a nice gift. Ye shall like it. Signed, His Royal Majesty the King. And underneath his poster, dragon graffitied, Dragon was here. Knights lined up to show off their dragon taming skills. They all failed miserably, and Dragon just grew more terrible. He chased yellow ducklings around the moat. He TP'd the castle. That's when you take, yes, toilet paper and throw it in everyone's trees and on their houses to make a huge mess that's a pain to clean up. And he burned every last royal marshmallow to a blackened crisp. Ugh! I only like the golden ones that are hot and smushy inside, but burnt ones, ew. The villagers had had enough. Enough, they said. And they posted this sign. Brave people! Whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift from the king. It shall be a nice gift, we hope, and ye shall like it, perhaps. Signed, His Royal Majesty. And Dragon graffitied again. Dragon was here. Again. Ordinary blokes and lassies lined up to try their hand at taming the dragon. They all failed, embarrassingly so, and just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon grew even more terrible. He popped birthday balloons. He drew funny faces on the drawbridge. It says, King is a baby and Dragon rules. And he burped in church, loudly. Honestly, that's terrible and rude. A boy wearing a feathered cap, who looked like Robin Hood, had a look of determination. He had had enough. Only he didn't say enough, like you thought he would. Instead, he sketched a story. I approve, being the Lego story teacher. The next day, Dragon followed a trail of marshmallows to a shady tree where the boy was reading. Would you follow a trail of marshmallows? I bet you would. I might even have some in my pocket. The boy spied the dragon out of the corner of his eye and began to read aloud in a booming voice. "And then the brave dragon swooped in to save the princess," he said. Dragon stopped in his tracks. But the terrible knight pulled out his wicked sword. Dragon pretended not to listen. The brave dragon roared, and the fraidy-cat knight trembled in his boots. Dragon pretended to walk away. La 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 la. A crowd began to gather, and Dragon took cover in a tree. The boy continued reading, page after page after page, until... Snap! Crash! Dragon landed on the ground with a terrible thud. The crowd gasped. The dragon roared. Class, can you give me a big dragon roar? Thank you. The clever boy didn't finish. He reached out a hand to the dragon and said, "Would you like to hear how the story ends?" And just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon smiled, and he took a seat beneath the tree with the other children. Honestly, that's adorable. The king cheered. The villagers cheered. The baby unicorn and fuzzy ducklings cheered the loudest of all. At long last, the terrible dragon had been tamed. The end. Hey, wait! What about the reward? Oh, yes, that. The gift was a new friend. A nice dragon friend, of course.